On the occasion of New Year, the Vietnam News Agency wishes you, readers and viewers, all a happy and prosperous years. And as usual, following are today's headlines.
People around the globe greet 2012 with spectacular fireworks. Vietnam welcomes New Year in festive atmosphere. Street concert in Hanoi look to bring music to all.
People around the world bid farewell to 2011 and welcomed 2012 with a string of spectacular fireworks lightning Sydney, Tokyo, Seoul, Hong Kong, Beijing, Moscow, New York and others. Let's join us in a festive atmosphere in these places.
In Australia, more than 1 million people crowded along the shores of Sydney Harbour to watch the midnight fireworks extravaganza over Harbour Bridge. Theme, Time to Dream, this display was created to remind Australians that every cloud had a silver lining. New Year celebration in Tokyo drew millions of people out to the streets, viewing flying balloons and fireworks despite bitter cold. Spectacular fireworks display brought hope to all Japanese people about a bright future after a year of losses caused by natural disasters. London hosts the 2012 Olympic Games, and its 10-minute firework display was a sort of celebration. Around 2,500 people lined the banks of the River Thames, watching fireworks rings in the Olympic colors launch into the sky. Every year, as the clock nears midnight on December 31st, the eyes of the world turn once more to Times Square, as New Year Eve at the symbolic center of New York City has become more than just a celebration, it is a global tradition. As the famous New Year's Eve ball descended from the flagpole atop One Times Square, an estimated 1 million people in Times Square, millions nationwide and over 1 billion watching throughout the world bid a collective farewell to the departing year and expressing joy and hope for the better year ahead.
As the clock moved through the time zones, Vietnam joined in welcome the new year with parties, performance and fireworks, and surely with expectations for all things to be better in 2012.
In the capital city of Hanoi, despite chilliness, thousands of people gather in the area surrounding Hoan Kiem Lake, enjoying the beauty of various kinds of flowers and counting down the time to the new year.
We're here on holiday from Perth, Western Australia, and this is our first day in Hanoi, and it's great. Yeah, the flowers are beautiful, and it's great to be here for New Year's Eve. Yeah, good health for everyone. Yeah, good health, yeah.
The shivering cold could not be an excuse for staying at home. Thousands also flocked to the festive New Year countdown party in the August Revolution Square in front of the Hanoi Opera House to welcome the new year. Ho Chi Minh City greeted the new year with special artistic performances on its main streets and in blaze of fireworks fired from the Dam Sen Cultural Park and the banks of the Saigon River. The city authorities decided to hold traffic to the inner area of the city during the night to allow thousands of people to join the New Year countdown party on Nguyễn Huệ Street. First held in Vietnam in 2010 by Heineken, this year's countdown party saw the participation of world-famous singers, dancers and DJs.
I would like to say to all of the Vietnamese people, Chúc Num, Chúc Mun Nam Moi.
Street concerts are nothing new in the world, since people enjoyed music at the cultural places, in the streets or in the metro. Recently, Hanoians have enjoyed a street performance in the Hoan Kiem Lake area every weekend. The concerts have the same purpose, bringing music to all walks of life.
The pavement at the corner of Lý Thái Tổ and Lý Đạo Thành streets is where the Winter Spring Lua La Symphony performs every Saturday and Sunday. In this concert, 20 musicians from the Vietnam National Symphony Orchestra play well-known pieces of music of Vietnam and the world. This is an adventurous idea of the program organizers because it is difficult to imagine how to play and enjoy music in streets while competing with traffic noise. It is very different from formal concerts at a theater.
Music is able to be accompanied by vehicle horns, laughing, people's voices, and surrounding sounds, only for 2 or 3 seconds, then a motorbike or car is passing, so a person can listen to 2 or 3 seconds of music. Is a good chance for the passerby.
Here, students from the Vietnam National Academy of Music are playing in the Chord I Love Sharing at Lý Thái Tổ Gardens. The young musicians gather and play music at the pavilion Octagon from 9 to 10 a.m. every Sunday. They perform all Vietnamese and foreign traditional music work, sharing the aim of bringing music to all. Both Lua La Concert and I Love Sharing programs began drawing interest. Lua La Concerts had provided popular street music for people from early November. Meanwhile, since being launched, I Love Sharing has turned the Octagon Pavilion into a games bay in a noisy park with people and vehicles passing. In particular, the young musicians inspire people's curiosity.
It is better if the program is expanded to other places for more people to enjoy. Young people tend to move away from traditional music, so it is necessary to bring music to the public.
There's no boundaries in the arts and in music in particular. The 2 programs are taken to the streets and become an opportunity to perform for audiences. The 2 programs are complementary, encouraging the public to enjoy music and form a cultural and civilized habit in Hanoi.
The year 2011 ended following a wide range of important events in different aspects in Vietnam. On this occasion, the VNews would like to introduce the country's top 10 events in 2011, selected by the Vietnam News Agency.
The 11th National Party Congress, which took place in Hanoi from January 12 to January 19, adopted documents of strategic significance for the national development, including the platform for national construction during the transitional period towards socialism, supplemented developed in 2011, and the socio-economic development strategy in the 2011-2020 period. The Congress elected a 175-member Party Central Committee led by General Secretary Nguyễn Phú Trọng. On May 22, for the first time, Vietnam held the elections of deputies to the 13th National Assembly and People's Councils at all levels for the 2011-2016 term on the same day. The success of the elections was an important progress in the process of building, consolidating, and perfecting a socialist law-governed state. On October 11, in Beijing, Vietnam and China signed an agreement on basic principles guiding the settlement of sea-related issues, defining principles guiding the settlement of disputes in the East Sea through peaceful solutions on the basis of international law and taking into account the interests of concerned parties. Earlier, in May and June 2011, China had several actions violating the sovereignty and jurisdiction rights over Vietnam's continental shelf and exclusive economic zone in the East Sea. Vietnam kept inflation at 18.12% and attained a GDP growth rate of 5.8% in 2011, thanks to the implementation of the party and state's decisive policies, with top priority given to curbing inflation, stabilizing the macroeconomy, and ensuring social welfare. At its third meeting in Hanoi from October 6 to October 10, the 11th Party Central Committee decided to boost economic restructuring in combination with renewal in the growth model on a sustainable basis.
In the face of political instabilities in Libya, from February 23rd to April 4th, Vietnam brought home over 10,000 workers safely from Libya. Most workers return home through the largest ever air bridge. On November 20th, the Thủ Thiêm Tunnel, the first under-river in Vietnam and the most modern in Southeast Asia, and the entire East-West Highway opened to traffic. The tunnel is 1,490 meters long, 33 meters wide and 9 meters high, and has 6 lanes.
On June 27, in Paris, the UNESCO recognized the citadel of Hồ Dynasty in Vĩnh Lộc district, the central province of Thanh Hóa, as a World Cultural Heritage. On November 24, in Bali, Indonesia, UNESCO approved a decision to recognize swan singing, a vocal art of villages in the ancestral land of Phú Thọ, as an intangible cultural heritage in need of urgent protection. To date, Vietnam has 16 heritages recognized by UNESCO. At the 26th Southeast Asian Games held in Indonesia, the Vietnamese sport team bagged 288 medals, including 96 gold, ranking third in the medal tally. In 2011, the hand-foot-mouth disease spread through all 63 cities and provinces nationwide, with more than 90,000 cases. Over 150 of them, mostly children, died. The disease had great impacts on the lives of people and raised worries in the society. Due to climate change impacts, from October to early November 2011, the Mekong Delta region experienced the biggest flooding over the past decade, which killed 85 people and caused property losses of over $4 trillion.
And this is the end of the news today. Once again, Happy New Year and see you next time.